You got some of the most high-profile prisoners in the world there. You know, we had the Yorkshire Ripper, we had Ian Huntley, we had the Moors murderer, we had Steve Reeves and the Roker Choker, who a lot of people don't seem to know, murdered 4 people. There's like 400, maybe 450 prisoners on the VP side of Frankland who, you know, only a handful get in the media. All of them have done some of the most horrific things you could possibly imagine. I remember we walked on the wing and like the SO at the time was like, right, don't go on the 3s because it's really bad up there at the minute, so just sort of leave them be. We'll go up there, we'll all go up there together when it's bang up. On the 1s, you've got a few you need to watch out for. He's just punched Ricky or whatever. And you're like, all right, no bother. Where's the rest of the staff? He's like, right, Mrs. upstairs in the office. Good luck, lads. I remember I took a prisoner to hospital who'd murdered his next door neighbour, put her body in the freezer, essentially. And there's no way to say it without getting too graphic. But he was, while helping her family search for her, he was getting her body out of the freezer, warming her up with barbecue tongs that he was heating on his oven, and then having his way with her dead body. And that 1 on 3 was horrendous. I remember turning up and there was just prisoners and staff fighting everywhere. And I looked up to the 3's landing, the top floor, and there was a prisoner stood there with proper stabber in one hand and like an extension cable or something in the other. I remember him like sort of swinging, like going to swing with a knife in his hand, and I hit him in the leg with a baton. He'd recently had surgery and he was like forcibly going to the toilet in his underwear so we could get the nurses to change him.
No.
Yeah. I remember I was handcuffed to him and I'd hear him like, and then just like a horrible noise. Like,
you were handcuffed to him?
It was awful. Somebody's got to be though.
What?
There was a prisoner in Wakefield who was paralysed from the neck down. A prisoner ran in and just started stabbing him. Yeah. But because he was ahead and absolutely nothing below it, he didn't know what was happening. So he was just sitting there like, what are you doing? What? Stop it. What are you doing? Which... But he was on a constant watch, and he'd gotten the spoon, and he'd gotten the back end of it, and got in behind his eye and popped it out. And he'd squeezed one eye, and then he'd done the same with the other.
He'd popped them out, had he?
He'd popped his eyes out, so they were just outside of his like, eye socket.
Oh!
And he just squeezed them. He did, I think he had about 10 hours of surgery trying to save his eyesight. By the time we'd left, about 2 weeks later, he said he could see shapes and colours, but that was it. Everything else was just like pure blackness.
Bloody hell.